Welcome. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to write a Python program to scrape the r/buildapcsales subreddit for deals. This is just how I implemented it for my purposes, and once I show you all the setup and concepts, you'll be able to adapt it to whatever you want to do with it. Now the thing with scraping Reddit is that it and a lot of other sites are JavaScript dynamically loaded. I don't know JavaScript and I don't really know how dynamic loading works, but what's important is that it means you can't just pull the HTML from the link like you do when you're web scraping normally. You have to simulate actually loading the website like you would do if you're browsing it yourself. For this program, there's 4 things we're going to install. Selenium, which will let us automate the browser. Chromedriver, which Selenium needs to open a browser window. Beautiful Soup, to let us work with the HTML. And LXML as a parser, which Beautiful Soup will use to process the HTML. You can install all of them except Chromedriver with pip, which I trust you already know how to do. For Chromedriver, you're going to go to the website and find the right version. You can check your Chrome version by clicking on these 3 dots here, Help, About Google Chrome. You can see I'm on version 103, so I downloaded version 103. Then you want to extract the exe file and put it into your Windows folder. Technically it doesn't have to be in this folder, but you have to add the folder into your path environment variable, which the Windows folder is in by default, so this just makes it more convenient. Now let's make a new Python file. Let's just call it Reddit web scraping, and PyCharm, which I'm using, automatically creates virtual environments for projects, so unless you select the inherit global site packages option when creating, you'll have to go to Python packages here and add Beautiful Soup, or it's actually BS4 is what it's called. Alright, Selenium and LXML. Alright, seems good. Now let's just create a new Python file, call it main. Now from BS4 import Beautiful Soup, and from Selenium import WebDriver, and from Selenium.WebDriver.Chrome.Options import options, and import time, and import re. And I'll explain what re is for later. Now you want to get the URL of the site you want to scrape, so let's just say I'm looking for GPU deals. So to get the URL, you're going to go to new and then GPU, because I want to find all the latest sales, and then make sure you click it again, that way you get the HTTPS in there because you need that. And let's just make a variable, URL equals this, and don't forget the there we go. Now to open the URL, we're going to do options equals options, driver equals webdriver.chrome, options equals options, and then driver.get URL, and time.sleep for 2 seconds, that'll give it a chance to load, and then driver.quit. And if we run it, you can see it opens up the website and it closes it. But we still need to extract the HTML from it, so we'll just add over here for I in range 1000 and driver.execute script window.scroll to 0 document.body.scroll height, whoopsies, window. Alright, and then that will basically just make it scroll down 1,000 times, so that way we have plenty of posts to look through for good deals. Then to get the HTML, just do page equals driver.page source, and then driver.quit after that. Whoops. Then if we use Beautiful Soup to parse that with LXML, then print it, you can see it opens it and scrolls down. Alright, so there we go. We have all the HTML from the thing, which is very long. But the information we really want is the title of the post and the link. So if you right click on the post and inspect, you can see that it opens up the location in the HTML. And you can see that this section over here, A, has both the link and the title. So to get this part of all the posts, you can see the tag is A and the class is this. So we'll just go back. Deals equals soup.find all tag, which is A, and class, which is this. We'll just copy. Alright, and you have to have a underscore after the class because class is a keyword and you don't want the program to think you want to make a class because you don't. Next, we have to go through all the posts we just pulled and find the ones that we want. And first, let's just make an array called good deals. So, for example, let's say I'm looking for AMD graphics cards under $500. So let's make a for loop to go through the array we got from find all for the in deals. Then if you look at the HTML, you can see the title text is here. The tag is h3, and this is the class. So let's just make a variable t equals d.find h3. Oops, h3 class is this. And that will actually return a beautiful soup object containing all this. So to get the title itself, you gotta add a .text at the end. Then to locate the price, that's where re comes in. We'll get the price using this nifty little bit of code here. Price equals this. So we're using the search function from re. Then in the first argument, we're specifying what we're looking for. The part in the parentheses tells it to search after the first instance of this, the $, and we need to add an additional backslash because we actually use the $, as a special character, so you need the escape character backslash. Then you need to specify what you're looking for, and we want to include digits and the comma because some stuff like laptops or really high tier GPUs can go into 4 digits, and if you don't include the comma, it'll read a $2,000 laptop as being $2. Then the plus sign at the end tells it to continue reading all valid characters, so you get the full price up until the decimal point, and nobody cares about the cents. If you didn't have the plus, you would just get the first valid character, so if there was a $300 monitor, you would only get the 3. Then you just need to provide the string, which is just t, and this will actually return a match object. So you also need a .group at the end, which turns it into a string. Then we just need an if statement to check if the post matches what you're looking for. So like I said earlier, we're looking for AMD GPUs under 500. So price is currently a string, so just cast it to an int, if int price. And we have to get rid of any potential commas in it, so just add a .replace comma with empty. And let's make a variable called max. Max equals 500. So if this is less than max, then to identify AMD cards, add an and in the parentheses, AMD in T or RX in T or Radeon in T. And that should pull pretty much all the AMD cards. Then if this is true to good deals, append T. Append T. And then for the link, if you look at the HTML, the link is href. And remember that each D in deals encompasses all of this. So just do D href. And you can also see that it doesn't encompass the first part of the link with this part. So let's just add that and also a space to separate it. And there we go. And now all we need to do is print all the good deals. So that is very simple. It's just a for loop for D in good deals. Print D. And if you run it, can see it opens the page, scrolls down a bunch. Give it a second. And there you go. It prints out, whoopsies, I forgot to delete that part. And you can also see that it has this, the tag in the brackets here, which we don't need. So we can just do t.find space +1, and that will just cut out this part right here, which we don't need. Alright, so there you go. It prints out all of this nicely. You can see these are all under 500, they're all AMD cards. Cool, it works. Alright, so again, you can modify this implementation to do whatever. You could search for CPUs or keyboards instead, or search on other subreddits for deals about non-tech stuff. Alright, that is all. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and goodbye.